Hello everyone, welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your host, Judith, and I'm thrilled to have you here. Get ready to put your knowledge to test with some fun and exciting questions. Let's see how many you can get right. Are you ready? Which British television series, set in a dystopian future, explores the dark side of technology and society? Westworld, The Twilight Zone, Black Mirror. Black Mirror. Which artist won the 2019 MTV Video Music Award for Best New Artist? Lizzo, Billie Eilish, Doja Cat. Billie Eilish. Which European capital city introduced an ultra-low emission zone in 2019 to combat air pollution? London, Paris, Berlin. London. True or false? Apple introduced the first Macintosh computer in 1984. True or false? True. Which global music event held in 1985 raised funds for famine relief in Ethiopia? Live Aid, Farm Aid, Band Aid. Live Aid. Which British band released the hit album The Joshua Tree in 1987? The Rolling Stones, U2, The Police. U2. Which global sporting event was held in Atlanta, Georgia in 1996? Winter Olympics, FIFA World Cup, Summer Olympics. Summer Olympics. Which grunge band, led by Kurt Cobain, released the influential album Nevermind in 1991? Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden. Nirvana. Which blockbuster action film starring Bruce Willis was released in 1988 and became a holiday classic? Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, Rambo. Die Hard. Which famous tennis player won her first Grand Slam title at the 1990 French Open at just 16 years old? Monica Seles. What American animated sitcom featuring a crude humor style and two teenage boys debuted on MTV in 1993? Beavis and Butthead. Which groundbreaking medical treatment was the first antiviral drug approved for treating HIV/AIDS? AZT, penicillin, insulin. ACT. Which American singer released the album Thriller in 1982? Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna. Michael Jackson. Which sci-fi film starred Arnold Schwarzenegger? The Terminator, RoboCop, Total Recall. The Terminator. Which video game, released by Nintendo in 1985, became one of the best-selling games of all time. The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., Donkey Kong. Super Mario Bros. Which animated movie released in 2001 was the first to win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature? Toy Story, Shrek, Finding Nemo. Shrek. Which 2004 Facebook co-founder and CEO became one of the youngest billionaires in the world? Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk. Mark Zuckerberg. Which electronic device introduced in 2007 revolutionized the ebook market? Nook, Kindle, iPad. Kindle. What 2006 film, directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Jack Nicholson alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, won the Academy Award for Best Picture? The Departed. Which novel is the fourth book in the Twilight Saga by Stephanie Meyer? New Moon, Breaking Down, Eclipse. Eclipse. Which major health crisis starting in 2020 led to widespread global lockdowns and changes in daily life? SARS outbreak, Ebola epidemic, COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic. What disaster occurred in 2005 in the United States, causing widespread destruction in New Orleans? Hurricane Katrina. Which band released the album A Rush of Blood to the Head? Radiohead, Coldplay, Oasis. Coldplay. Which smartphone, released in 2007, revolutionized the mobile phone industry? BlackBerry, Nokia 3310, iPhone. iPhone. Which major event in 2008 led to a global economic crisis? .com bubble burst, 9/11 attacks, financial crisis. Financial crisis. Who starred as Batman in Tim Burton's 1989 film adaptation? Michael Keaton. Which global event in 2001 led to significant changes in international security and U.S. foreign policy? 9/11 attacks, fall of the Berlin Wall, Gulf War. 9/11 attacks. Which electronic music band, known for their album Mezzanine, rose to prominence in the 1990s? Portishead, Massive Attack, The Prodigy. Massive Attack. Which iconic fashion designer was tragically murdered outside his home in Miami? Giorgio Armani, Gianni Versace, Karl Lagerfeld. Gianni Versace. What South American country was the first to host a fully digital census in 2022? Argentina. Which major environmental disaster occurred in 2010, becoming the largest marine oil spill in history? Exxon Valdez spill, Deepwater Horizon spill, Prestige oil spill. Deepwater Horizon spill. Which groundbreaking tech company was founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin in 1998? Yahoo, Amazon, Google. Google. Which global event in 2021 saw the United Kingdom formally leave the European Union? Brexit, Eurozone crisis, Schengen Agreement. Brexit. Which tech company successfully launched and returned reusable rockets with its Falcon 9 program starting in 2015? Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, SpaceX. SpaceX. Which technology was at the forefront of public debate involving cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens? AI, blockchain, augmented reality. Blockchain. Which social movement protests against racial injustice and police brutality? #MeToo, Occupy Wall Street, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Which movie franchise stars Harrison Ford as an adventurous archaeologist? Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future. Indiana Jones. Which global communication protocol became the foundation for the World Wide Web? FTP, HTTP, SMTP. HTTP. Which well-known talk show host is often referred to as the Queen of all media? Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, Rosie O'Donnell. Oprah Winfrey. Which international trade agreement involving 12 Pacific Rim countries was signed in 2016? NAFTA, CAFTA-DR, Trans-Pacific Partnership. Trans-Pacific Partnership. Which virus caused a global outbreak in 2014, particularly affecting West Africa? Zika, H1N1, Ebola. Ebola. What country's referendum in 2014 resulted in the decision to remain part of the United Kingdom? Scotland. Which Middle Eastern country saw a series of uprisings known as the Arab Spring starting in 2011? Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan. Egypt. What African country gained independence in 2011, becoming the world's newest nation? South Sudan. Which Asian country was hit by Typhoon Haiyan in 2013? Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam. Philippines. Which British royal couple announced their decision to step back from royal duties in 2020? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Which organization awarded its 2014 Peace Prize to Malala Yousafzai? UNICEF, Swedish Academy, Norwegian Nobel Committee. Norwegian Nobel Committee. Which African country experienced a historic change when its longtime president Robert Mugabe resigned? Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa. Zimbabwe. Which Caribbean country was the first to elect a female president in 2018? Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados. Barbados. What African country saw its first female president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, stepped down after 12 years in office in 2018? Liberia. Which Asian country declared itself as the world's first carbon negative country? Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Bhutan. Which British political figure resigned as Prime Minister in 2016 after the Brexit vote? Theresa May, David Cameron, Boris Johnson. David Cameron. Which African country experienced a coup d'etat in 2021, leading to the overthrow of its president? Ethiopia, Nigeria, Mali. Mali. What U.S. state became the first to mandate solar panels on new homes starting in 2020? California. Which culinary guide awarded Tokyo the title of the city with the most Michelin-starred restaurants? Michelin Guide, Sagat Guide, Gold Below. Michelin Guide. Which island nation was struck by a devastating earthquake in 2010? Indonesia, Haiti, Philippines. Haiti. In 2018, which country hosted the first ever World Cup held in Eastern Europe? Russia, Poland, Ukraine. Russia. Which Middle Eastern country lifted a decades-long ban on women driving in 2018? Iran, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. In 2015, which African nation became the first to voluntarily dismantle its nuclear weapons? South Africa. What ancient city was destroyed by ISIS in 2015? Petra, Palmyra, Angkor Wat. Palmyra. In 2022, which country celebrated its historic first-time qualification for the FIFA World Cup? Canada, Qatar, Iceland. Canada. In 2016, which large predator was declared officially extinct in the wild by the IUCN? Sumatran tiger, western black rhino, Bengal tiger. Western black rhino. Which iconic structure celebrated its 50th anniversary in 2019, symbolizing global peace and unity? Sydney Opera House, Berlin Wall, Statue of Liberty. Berlin Wall. Which South American country was awarded the first World Cup in 2014 after a 64-year gap? Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay. Brazil. In 2017, which South African city became the first to run out of water, leading to an international discussion on water scarcity? Cape Town. Which fashion event in 2018 was the first to feature models with disabilities? Paris Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. New York Fashion Week. What breakthrough sporting event occurred in 2012, making history with the participation of women from every competing nation? Rio Olympics, London Olympics, Beijing Olympics. London Olympics. Which fashion brand faced backlash in 2019 for an advertisement depicting racial stereotypes? Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci, Prada. Dolce & Gabbana. What Australian city experienced record-breaking wildfires in 2019, raising awareness about climate change? Sydney. Which country became the first to approve a malaria vaccine for widespread use in 2021? India, Kenya, Ghana. Ghana. Which island nation became the first to enforce a total ban on single-use plastics in 2019? Vanuatu, Maldives, Fiji. Vanuatu. Which European country won its first Olympic gold medal in men's soccer during the 2016 Rio Games? Brazil. Which airline offered flights to nowhere that allowed passengers to experience air travel without leaving the ground? Singapore Airlines, Emirates, Qantas. Qantas. Which country made headlines in 2016 by constructing the largest solar power plant in the world? China, United Arab Emirates, India. China. What country's female rugby team won the Rugby World Cup Sevens in 2018, becoming the first to achieve this? New Zealand. Which country opened the world's largest museum of modern and contemporary art in 2022? Qatar, United States, China. China. Which Caribbean island was the first to legally recognize same-sex civil unions? Barbados, Bermuda, Cuba. Cuba. What Asian country became the world's largest exporter of electronic waste in 2019? Pakistan. Which country banned the use of coal for domestic heating in 2020? South Korea, Japan, Poland. South Korea. In 2018, which country saw a volcanic eruption that created a new island off its coast? Japan, Tonga, Philippines. Tonga. Which South American country was the first to establish a Ministry of Happiness? Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia. Bolivia. What country hosted the largest humanitarian food distribution event in 2018? Saudi Arabia. Which Middle Eastern country announced the construction of a fully sustainable city by 2030? United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Oman. United Arab Emirates. Which nation introduced the world's first tax on sugary drinks in 2014? Chile, Mexico, Brazil. Mexico. Which country became the first in the world to achieve 100% renewable electricity generation in 2017? Iceland, Costa Rica, New Zealand. Costa Rica. In 2015, which European city became the first to create a legally binding plan to become carbon neutral by 2050? Copenhagen. Which country opened the world's largest offshore wind farm in 2022? Denmark, Germany, United Kingdom. United Kingdom. True or false? In 2020, South Korea launched the world's fastest train, the maglev. True or false? False. China. What European nation was the first to introduce the Me Too movement into its national legislation in 2021? Sweden. Which African country became the first to produce and export organic chocolate? Ghana, Ivory Coast, Madagascar. Madagascar. Which country launched the first ever space hotel project with plans to open by 2027? United States, Russia, Japan. Japan. Which country was the first to implement a complete ban on smoking in all public spaces in 2004? Ireland, Norway, New Zealand. Ireland. Which Asian city hosted the first ever Formula E race in 2014? Tokyo, Beijing, Seoul. Beijing. Which country became the first to recognize the rights of rivers as legal persons in 2017? New Zealand, India, Canada. New Zealand. What Scandinavian country became the first to mandate equal parental leave for both mothers and fathers? Iceland. Which European country became the first to legally recognize non-binary gender identities in 2018? Sweden, France, Germany. Germany. Which African country established the world's largest terrestrial protected area in 2019? Botswana, Namibia, Kenya. Namibia. Which country became the first to be officially declared free of landmines by the UN in 2020? Mozambique, Cambodia, Angola. Mozambique. Which European city became the first to establish an official policy to ban cars from its center by 2020? Paris, Oslo, Amsterdam. Oslo. What European country hosted the first large-scale carbon capture and storage facility in 2024? Netherlands.